Good day everyone. I am Lizelle A. Adonis from VE Ed 2A. So, now I'm going to report about the atoms. An atom is a particular of matter that uniquely define chemical elements. An atom consists of the central nucleus that is usually surrounded by one or more electrons. Each electron is negatively charged, the nucleus is positively charged and contains one or more relatively heavy particles known as protons. What is atom? Atom comes from the Greek word atomos, which means something invisible and cannot be cut or divided. It was coined by Democritus in 400 BC, but in 19th and 20th centuries, physicists discovered that there are still subatomic particles within an atom, and therefore the name is not appropriate anymore.
Neutrons is a subatomic particle forming part of the nucleus of an atom. It has no charge. It is equal in mass to a proton or it weighs 1 amu. Protons is a positively charged subatomic particle forming part of the nucleus of an atom and determining the atomic number of an element. It weighs 1 amu. Democritus, 460 BC to 37 BC, a Greek philosopher, the first to create an atomic model. According to him, matter can be cut down into smaller and smaller pieces until it reaches the tiniest piece called the atom. John Dalton, 766 to 1844, born in Cumberland, England. His theory, the atoms are indivisible spheres that are neither created nor destroyed. Atoms of the same element are identical. Atoms of different elements have different masses. Atoms can be rearranged and combined in fixed ratios to form the compound. Joseph John Thomson, born in Chatham Hill, England. He discovered electron in 1897. He used a cathode ray tube to show the atoms of any element emit particles with a negative charge. He discovered that the electrons were placed randomly in a positive matrix. He came up with a plum pudding model. Ernest Rutherford, 1871 to 1937, born in Nelson, New Zealand, father of the nuclear physics. He discovered the nucleus in 1911 when he conducted the gold foil experiment with the help of Hans Geiger and Ernest Marsden. His theory: the negatively charged electrons revolved around the nucleus, came up with the planetary model of nuclear model of atom.
Niels Bohr, 1885 to 1962, born in Copenhagen, Denmark. His theory: an atom is made up of protons which are concentrated in the nucleus. Electrons orbit around the nucleus along concentric orbital paths. Electrons have quantized energy levels and they can transfer from one orbit to another. James Chadwick, 1891 to 1974, English physicist. He discovered neutron in 1932. He discovered the neutron mass is equals to 1.67493 times 10 raised to negative 24 g. Explained the mass problem of many atoms. Nobel Prize in Physics, 1935. His theory: neutrons have no electrical charge. Neutrons have a mass nearly equal to the mass of proton. Unit of measurement for subatomic particles is the atomic mass unit, or AMU. Isotopes: atoms of the same element having a different mass numbers and are therefore found in the same position in the periodic table, are different versions of an element, are radioactive when they emit radiation or radioisotopes. Types of radiation. Particle radiation refers to the alpha and beta particles, protons, and neutrons given off by isotopes. Electromagnetic radiation refers to gamma rays and X-rays emitted by isotopes. Electron orbitals is a probability function that describes where electrons may be found. Are not orbits, rather they are electron density clouds which describe the highest probability distributions of electrons. 4 types of orbitals: S, P, D, and F. S is a sphere, the simplest orbital that can hold up only 2 electrons. P, the subshell consists of 6 three-dimensional lobes and can hold up to 6 electrons. D can hold up to 10 electrons, is made up of 5 subshells which can hold 2 electrons each, and F, made up of 7 complex orbitals, can hold 14 electrons. Electron configuration: the distribution of electrons among orbitals in an atom. An atom can be configured without drawing or illustrating any of the S, P, D, and F orbitals. There are 2 ways of determining how electrons are arranged in an atom. First, the periodic table and the diagonal rule. The periodic table of elements. Elements within a group have similar physical and chemical properties. All have the same number of the electrons in their outermost or valence shell.